かような屈辱を与え、私をどうしようというのですか。
さっきの要求を破ったらどうなるかわかるよな。話は終わりだ。じゃあな。
これでは奴隷のようではないですか。
All right, so let's talk about this episode of Am I the Strongest? So, first off, my friends, this episode was like all over the place, and I was actually okay with it being all over the place. How was the fight between the hot mama? Yo, the Princess of Light, the queen, freaking our boy's mom? Whew, she's banging, yo. Like, even him, even our MC here has to recognize that mom is banging, especially because he's from another world. Yeah, like, I'm not, obviously there's that innate, what do you call it? Like kinship, because, you came out of your mother's womb or whatever. But it's one of those things that reminds me of like Mushoku Tensei when Rudy came out and he first saw Zenith in that show. When he first saw his mom in that anime, he was like, oh, who's this smoke show? Eventually, you're not gonna have any attraction, but you still recognize, like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like, mama got it going on over there. But the fight between him and his mother and the Princess of Light was like tremendous. It was fire. It was so good. Like, he tested her to the nth degree, and then she said, during the fight, of like, he's even stronger than the Demon Lord was, which is insane. So even the Demon Lord would be no competition for him whatsoever, and he was stronger than that. And he put a slave collar on her, which I was not expecting whatsoever. Now, obviously, she can still manipulate and pull some strings and stuff to make other people act on certain things. But she had to basically give up on killing Charlotte, and he got 5 years of peace. So all of that was great. Then we start where Papa Heart over here was talking about sending Heart over to school, and that's when it began to kind of go all over the place. Next episode, let me talk about this real fast. Next episode, he needs to pick an attendant, like not a guard, but like a maid or somebody to go along with him to live at school. And it looks like next episode he meets a effing dragon, like a dragon girl, or a dragon who can turn into a girl, kind of like how Faye or Flay or whatever turns into a girl, but she's actually a fox or a kitsune or whatever it is. So that'll be pretty interesting. Now, outside of that, this episode we got to see a 5-year time skip. We see him being roughly 15 years old now, still really relishing in his wants to just be a NEET and stay inside. We got to see our cute little Charlotte grow up and be a magical girl, which was incredibly cute, and I absolutely love that. And then we got to see his interactions with his body double, who also refuses to do like anything really, really funny relief. But I am disappointed that he's not going to school, that instead he decided to make another house for him somewhere else, do some teleportation stuff, and he's gonna send his body double to school, which really sucks, because I was looking forward to the school arc for him actually going and meeting the princess, who seems to have, I don't know, interest in him, even though it's his sister technically, and potentially meeting other friends and stuff. Maybe that'll still happen. I don't know for sure. Because with him picking out an attendant and stuff, like, are you going to send that attendant now with you with your clone to school? Or what's the deal there exactly? But it seems that he wants to stay out of school. Maybe he'll do some switcheroo between himself and the body double going to school. And then, when he has to actually test his magic and stuff, he'll have the body double. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but it's going to be interesting. I'm crossing fingers he still gets his butt to school. I think it's going to be interesting for us as viewers watching the show. Lots of moments for funniness, lots of things that are interesting, lots of him being able to learn more about the world, even though he's the most powerful being in the world now, essentially. So hopefully that ends up happening, but we'll see how this pans out after he chooses the attendant next episode. Outside of that, though, I think the rest of the episode was pretty good. Again, body doubles, school, Charlotte being a magical girl, being a weeb, 5-year time skip, him completely owning and making the queen his slave, and her succumbing to him and all his might and power. So overall, really good episode. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. It was definitely a good watch. Again, the clone offers a lot of funny moments and a lot of comedic relief. If some moments didn't happen, the episode might have been boring in places, but instead, since the clone was there and Flay was there were moments of funniness. And then obviously you have Charlotte giving us those moments of cuteness. So overall, it all becomes a package of this was a good watch. So anyways, those are my thoughts on this episode. This was episode 5? Question mark? Yeah, episode 5. And the next episode looks like we're going to get to add another character to the mix as well. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments down below. And my friends, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.